Welcome to the 3-week-long physical geology class. My name is Dr. Ryan Cumpston and I will be your professor for this course. Here we find ourselves on the course homepage, which has much useful information for you. Below this video you will find links to things like the free online textbook, the course syllabus, my office hours Zoom link, and a link to send me an email if those office hours don't work for you and you want to set up a Zoom to meet with me. You will also see below that there are videos that have an overview of all the assignments and work that's in this class. I highly recommend watching each of those so you can see what you're going to be doing. With this being a 3-week-long course, there are 3 due dates, one for each week. In the box below this video, you can see what is due this week. There are 4 quizzes, 4 case studies, 4 post labs, and exam 1. So we have 4 topics in this first week. First is minerals, second is igneous rocks, third is sedimentary rocks, and fourth is metamorphic rocks. For each of the topics, the setup is the same. There's a lesson where you will go through and take notes in the guided study. Then you will take a quiz. Each quiz is 5 questions, has a 10-minute time limit. The questions are selected from a pool randomly, so in your 2 attempts, if you take both, the questions are likely to change, but your higher score of the 2 attempts will be recorded. You have that work from the lesson and the notes in the guided study to help you while you're going through and taking those. After taking the quiz, you should do the case study. For the case study, you're building what's called an infographic. It's like a single slide in PowerPoint. Now the great thing is all CLC students get access to Office 365 for free, so you can download PowerPoint to your device. You will see that for the first discussion thread on minerals, I have posted an example infographic. It's not on minerals because I didn't want to take one away from anybody, but showing you it's got an image or images and some information. Now you can stick to science and talk about the physical properties of the mineral or its uses, or you could go into other realms. Students have done things like materials from comic books, the healing powers of crystals, anything that interests you that's related to the topic. You will also in each case study make a reply to a classmate. And you can see I've provided an example again in the instructions of our first case study discussion thread on minerals. Each reply should have general feedback, a link to a website where new information can be found, and a short summary of what that new information is that adds to what your classmate presented. After the case study, you also have pre-lab videos in each module that will help you get ready for the lab. Here for our first 4 labs, we're looking at minerals and rocks. There is a rental kit available from the bookstore, and I have videos of each mineral available on the home page where you can link to minerals, igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks. For the lab, you will go through and fill out the table, identifying the different properties that you learned for each of the different materials in the pre-lab videos. And then what you're graded on for the lab is the post-lab. The post-lab is kind of like a quiz. It's 10 questions. They're multiple choice. There's no time limit. And you go through and it'll ask questions about, what mineral has this luster, this hardness, this cleavage, streak, and any other property. So you will go through and select the answers. If you don't score 100%, that's okay. The post-labs have unlimited attempts and the questions stay the same. So you could check your lab manual, check your notes, go back and forth, make sure you earn all of those points. So that's for each of the 4 modules here in week 1. And then the other thing we have is exam 1. Exam 1 is a 50-question multiple choice exam. You have 1 attempt with a 1 hour and 30-minute time limit. And the questions come from our 4 modules: minerals, igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. The great thing about the exam is that the questions are selected at random from the same pools of questions that were used to make the quizzes. So there's a chance you may have seen some of the questions on the exam already. What this means is if you get 100% on your first attempt for one of the quizzes, I strongly recommend taking the second attempt. The reason is your score cannot go down because your highest grade is recorded, and you're likely to see more questions from the pool, which means you're more likely then to see them again on the exam. For all of this, our due date is the end of the day this Sunday. Week 2, I will also post a video and have new due this week information in the box below this video. And again, week 2, our due date will be the end of the day Sunday in week 2. One of the most important things is for week 3, our due date is the end of the day Friday. This is because the course ends on Friday. So we don't have till Sunday on week 3. We have to wrap up everything that week on Friday. The good news is everything is up and available. You can work ahead as far as you would like or are able to. That way, with the very high accelerated pace, if you have something going on in one of the weeks, you can start to work on stuff so you can manage that over the next less than 3 weeks, since we end on Friday of that third week. If you have any questions, please stop by my Zoom office hours, set up an appointment, or send me an email. I'm always here to help.